When I first started my company, I had to do every position in the company. I was the sales guy, I did customer service and talked to the clients. I was in compliance, I dealt with the attorneys, picked up the phones, the administrative assistant responsibilities. When you're a startup company, that's the way it works. That's why it's so hard. That's why so many companies fail. As you grow and you build momentum with your company, your service, your product, it's important that you find the right people to join your team, and building the right team, the people around you, allows you to elevate up so that you can delegate things out, and being able to build that mindset that you're looking for people to delegate to so that you can go do other bigger and better things that will add more value to your system. That's an incredible skill, and it's a great awareness to have as you go and you start your company and start to build some growth and you start expanding your efforts. You only have a certain amount of time in the day. We all have the exact same amount. You can either invest it, you can waste it, you can spend it. And I like to look at time invested as a great place to spend my time. And being able to build into people on your team and delegate responsibility and give up some control, that's hard for a control freak to do. And most entrepreneurs are control freaks. And they can tell you they're not, but if they think they can do the job better, it's hard to give it up. So that's why finding people who can do what you do better than you, it's really hard, but it's possible because you're not the be all end all. It's not a shocker. There's always someone who can do what you do better. And all you got to do is remove yourself from the system and see how someone else could step in and do it. You may not think it's possible, but there are plenty of people who can do what you do better. And it's important to be able to give up control so that you can go do bigger and better things that will add more value to your system. One of the biggest problems in a growing team is that every time you break through ceilings and you break a new record, it creates a different complexity for your business. A startup company is not going to have the same problems as a $5 million company or a $10 million company or $50 or $100 million company. The complexities of those issues become much bigger. And typically someone who's in a startup is not the right person who's going to be leading the company at 5 million and 10 million and 20 and 100 million. Everybody's got their ceiling of capabilities. And it's important that you have some awareness and know where yours are. And this happened to me in my career. It happened after 20 years, but it happened to me. Whereas my company was an EOS client and we had built what we call traction. We were breaking records and we were breaking through ceilings. And it created a whole new set of complexities that I wasn't ready for. And recognizing that I was in this position in my company that I was the biggest problem because I was holding everybody back. I was creating more chaos than I was doing good at some point. And everybody's going to reach that point at some level. You just have to have the awareness of where you are in that timeline. For me, it came after 20 years, and it came at a time where I felt very frustrated with my team. I felt like we weren't able to continue that traction that we had built. I felt like we were getting stuck with things that were unraveling and causing additional problems that I couldn't see coming, and I didn't know how to deal with them. And I was frustrated that I didn't have people around me who knew how to deal with them. And so I had to make the hard decision one day to replace myself. And that is a really hard thing for a leader to do. Step outside of your role could mean leaving your opportunity. It could mean shifting departments. It could mean you lose your opportunity on the leadership team. The fallout of not doing that, though, could be a lot worse. Terminated, embarrassed, make a mistake that you can't repair. I think finding yourself in a position where you're asked to step out is going to be a lot harder than removing yourself. Being able to be honest with yourself and not cover it up is a hard thing to do. Being transparent about your struggles, talking to your direct managers or your partners or your spouse and telling them what you're going through. It's important to be able to do that so that you don't get caught one day looking back and going, wow, how did we get here? And now look where I'm at. I can't get out of this. I'm feeling like I'm in quicksand. And sometimes making a decision too late can do more harm because so much damage has been done. So build the awareness, knowing where you are on your timeline with your company and with your role. Learn how to enhance what you do using these new technologies and AI. People don't understand that, AI needs human beings to be involved with all the incredible capabilities that it can offer us. And if you can leverage using it with your job, then you can become more successful with whatever it is you do. And if you teach other people how to do that, even more so. They say right now, today, AI can do 25% of the administrative tasks of almost every single job, any kind of research, any kind of data collection, any kind of communications. It can do more than what we can do, but it still needs someone to do something behind the scenes to use it. And understanding that and not being scared of it, using it to leverage yourself, can put you in a position where you find yourself in a new level of complexities where you have to step out of your job to now finding a new technology, and all of a sudden then lifting yourself up and above more than what you could ever have done before. You could literally do a complete 180, and see yourself out of a job to now being the superstar of a job. So finding creative ways before you have to make a change is important to explore. But if you exhaust all efforts and you realize you're in over your head, don't wait for someone to have to hit you in the head. Do the hard work yourself, have the tough conversations, show a little vulnerability, find ways to be creative with what you can do, or get ready to transition and make a change, because you don't want to delay the inevitable. It's a waste of time, energy, and can just create anxiety and stress that is unnecessary. And you want to be careful not to catastrophize a situation without having, again, a mentor or a coach or someone that you can talk to get, all views of the situation that you're in, so that before you make a decision that could be life-changing, that you make a good decision.